Imagine a world waking up from a long sleep. A world where art, science, and ideas explode in a brilliant burst of creativity. This wasn't a dream. This was the Renaissance, a period that fundamentally reshaped Europe and laid the foundations for the modern world we live in today. So how did this incredible transformation happen? Let's travel back in time to find out. Our story begins in 14th century Italy, specifically in bustling city-states like Florence. After the turmoil of the Middle Ages, there was a growing sense of stability and a surge in wealth, largely thanks to trade and banking. Families like the Medici in Florence weren't just rich, they were patrons of the arts, invested their fortunes in painters, sculptors, and architects, not just for prestige, but because they believed in the power of beauty and human potential. This new spirit was called humanism. Unlike the medieval focus on the divine and the afterlife, humanists celebrated human achievement, reason, and the individual's place in the world. They looked back to the classical wisdom of ancient Greece and Rome for inspiration. Scholars like Petrarch hunted down long-lost manuscripts, rediscovering the philosophies of Plato and the speeches of Cicero. This wasn't about rejecting faith. It was about integrating classical knowledge with Christian belief to create a more well-rounded, educated individual. It was a belief that humans were capable of great things right here on Earth. This intellectual rebirth lit a fire under the art world. Medieval art was often flat, symbolic, and primarily served a religious purpose. Renaissance artists wanted something more. They wanted realism. They wanted emotion. They wanted to capture the world as they actually saw it. One of the first to break the mold was Giotto. His frescoes showed figures with weight, emotion, and a sense of three-dimensional space that was revolutionary for its time. He paved the way for the masters of the early Renaissance. In Florence, Filippo Brunelleschi engineered the magnificent dome of the Florence Cathedral, a feat of architectural genius that defied belief. Donatello brought sculpture to life with his bronze David, the first freestanding nude statue since antiquity, radiating classical confidence and humanism. And Masaccio perfected the use of linear perspective, creating a convincing illusion of depth on a flat surface. Suddenly, paintings were no longer just religious icons. They were windows into a realistic world. Then came the High Renaissance, a short but incredibly intense period from about 1490 to 1527. This is when the titans of art walked the earth. First, Leonardo da Vinci. He was the ultimate Renaissance man, a painter, sculptor, inventor, musician, and scientist. His curiosity was boundless. He dissected human bodies to understand anatomy, which made his paintings, like the Mona Lisa, uncannily lifelike. Her enigmatic smile isn't just a brushstroke. It's the result of deep scientific study into human expression. His Last Supper isn't a static scene. It's a moment of intense human drama, capturing the apostles' reactions the instant Jesus announces his betrayal. Then there was Michelangelo. Leonardo was the scientist. Michelangelo was the fiery, passionate sculptor who saw his figures trapped inside blocks of marble, waiting to be liberated. His David is not a boy, but a powerful, muscular hero, a symbol of Florentine freedom and human perfection. His work on the Sistine Chapel ceiling in Rome is simply breathtaking. For 4 years, he lay on his back on scaffolding, painting scenes from Genesis that combined divine grandeur with powerful, muscular human forms. It's a testament to human endurance and artistic vision. And we can't forget Raphael. It's younger than Leonardo and Michelangelo. Raphael was the master of harmony, beauty, and grace. His paintings, like the School of Athens, are perfectly balanced compositions. The School of Athens itself is a masterpiece of humanism, gathering all the great thinkers of antiquity under one roof, with Plato and Aristotle at the center. It's a celebration of knowledge and rational thought, placing classical philosophy at the very heart of the Vatican. But how did these ideas spread so quickly? A game-changing invention, the printing press. Around 1450, Johannes Gutenberg developed a system of movable type, making it possible to produce books cheaply and quickly. Before this, books were painstakingly copied by hand, making them rare and expensive luxuries. The printing press democratized knowledge. The Bible was printed in vernacular languages, allowing people to read it for themselves. Humanist texts, scientific papers, and the ideas of reformers like Martin Luther spread like wildfire across Europe, challenging old authorities and sparking new debates. As the Renaissance moved north from Italy, it took on a different character. The Northern Renaissance, in places like Germany, the Netherlands, and England, was just as innovative, but often more focused on detailed realism and the daily lives of ordinary people. Artists like Jan van Eyck pioneered the use of oil paints, which allowed for incredible detail and luminous color. His Arnolfini portrait is a marvel of texture and light, capturing every fold in the fabric and the reflection in the mirror. Albrecht Dürer from Germany was a master printmaker. His woodcuts and engravings, filled with complex symbolism and technical precision, were mass-produced and circulated widely, making him one of the first truly international artists. Of course, in England, the Renaissance gave us the unparalleled genius of William Shakespeare, whose plays explored the depths of human nature, from love and jealousy to ambition and despair, with a richness of language that remains unmatched. So why does the Renaissance still matter today? Because it was more than just pretty pictures and old buildings. It was a fundamental shift in how people saw themselves in their world. It championed the idea that individuals matter, that reason and observation are valid ways to understand the universe, and that creativity is one of the highest human expressions. The scientific method has its roots in the Renaissance curiosity of figures like Leonardo. Our ideas about education, government, and individual rights are deeply influenced by humanist thinkers. The world of art was forever changed, setting the stage for every artistic movement that followed. The Renaissance taught us to look at the world with fresh eyes, to question everything, and to celebrate the incredible potential that lies within each of us. It was a bridge between the medieval and the modern, a vibrant and dynamic era that continues to inspire us to reach for our own rebirth. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into history. See you in the next video.